Is the Voodoo Lady going to be revealed as the main antagonist for the Monkey Island series in Return to Monkey Island? In the Tales of Monkey Island, it was suggested that over the years, the Voodoo Lady has been at the centre of the rivalry between Guybrush Threepwood and LeChuck, forcing them against each other for her own mysterious motives. This is according to LeChuck, who presents the Voodoo Lady's journal as evidence during the trial and execution of Guybrush Threepwood. However, this evil was never fully confirmed and Guybrush still received help from the Voodoo Lady. Tales of Monkey Island also managed to revert back to LeChuck being the main force of evil for Guybrush to defeat, but the epilogue of the game revealed that something sinister is afoot, with the Voodoo Lady having struck a deal with the ghostly Morgan LeFlay, having Morgan bring her the remains of LeChuck in exchange for her life back. The Voodoo Lady's behaviour upon receiving LeChuck's remains implies that she has some sort of dark plan for their use. So how does this fit in with the rest of the series, and what clues have we had to suggest this from what we've seen of Return to Monkey Island so far? In all of the games, the Voodoo Lady has been presented as quite a funny character, but a character who's there to help Guybrush in defeating LeChuck. She's provided advice and insights into Guybrush's future, which help the player progress through the games, but there have been clues along the way that suggest that she has an ulterior motive. Throughout the series, she foresees Guybrush's adventures concerning LeChuck, but perhaps the real trick is that she's manipulating her prophecies to come true. She certainly seems to be following Guybrush around from island to island. In Monkey Island 2, during the confrontation with Largo Legrand, Threepwood boasted about having destroyed LeChuck. This gained Legrand's interest because he'd heard from the Voodoo Lady that she killed LeChuck. Also in Monkey Island 2, after Wally is captured, there's a universal pirate shipping crate for LeChuck's fortress in the Scab Island swamp, which Guybrush uses to infiltrate the fortress. This suggests that the Voodoo Lady secretly supplies LeChuck with voodoo materials, and perhaps she'd actually supplied LeChuck's voodoo priest with the necessary ingredients for LeChuck's resurrection, or the voodoo doll he was making. Again, in Monkey Island 2, she encourages Guybrush to find Big Whoop as a means to escape LeChuck, and in the Curse of Monkey Island, she admits that Big Whoop is a place of pure evil. Also in Curse of Monkey Island, she led Guybrush to find a diamond ring closely related to LeChuck's past. It's not unreasonable to believe that other such rings may have existed somewhere else, and she chose this one on purpose. In Tales of Monkey Island, the Voodoo Lady helped Guybrush create the cursed cutlass of Kaflu to destroy LeChuck for good. This required all of the major quest items that the Voodoo Lady made Guybrush collect during the previous games. These were the Ultimate Insult, the Midas Diamond, the Voodoo Doll of LeChuck, and Root Beer. This alone certainly indicates that the previous games were all part of a bigger plan. So what clues have we had that this could be revealed in Return to Monkey Island? Years ago, Ron had spoken about how if he were to make another Monkey Island, it would be considered Monkey Island 3A, as he would want to pick up his vision of the series from where he left it. Well, it now seems as though Monkey Islands 3, 4 and 5 are all going to be considered canon, which means that the evil Voodoo Lady could be on the cards. Ron recently shared a poll on Twitter around file naming for the Mac version of the game, wanting input from the fans as to what it should be called, with Monkey 6 being one of the options. The announcement trailer originally suggested that the game will begin where Monkey Island 2 ended, which means we will get a proper answer as to what the whole carnival ending was about and tying off loose ends. I then expect that there's going to be a bit of a time jump bringing us to a time after Monkey Island 5, hence Monkey Island 6. We can also consider the addition of Murray into the game, having seen him in both trailers and seemingly taken on more of a role in this game than in previous games. The gameplay trailer also refers back to the previous games and also shares an image of Morgan LeFlay fighting Elaine. Originally this was thought to be merely a homage to the previous games and the fight that Morgan had with Elaine in Tales of Monkey Island, but now I think it may have been a subtle hint that Morgan will be back. If so, this will prove that the ending of Tales of Monkey Island is indeed canon, and that the Voodoo Lady did bring Morgan back to life. I've also spoken in previous videos that I believe LeChuck will be a playable character in the game and that he'll actually be teaming up with Guybrush to defeat the new pirate captains, who are working for or being controlled by the Voodoo Lady. We also often see LeChuck's ship in action in the trailers and also docked at Melee Island in one of the Monkey Island teasers. I found it quite strange that Guybrush was happily wandering around Melee Island whilst LeChuck's ship was docked, and I feel as though this will be the ship used by Guybrush in Return to Monkey Island. However, the gameplay trailer did show another ship that looked to be falling to pieces. Perhaps that's Guybrush's ship before calling a truce with LeChuck. We have seen in the gameplay trailer a few hints that the pirate captains could be dabbling with voodoo, and during the scrapbook scene there's a picture of them and it looks as though they could be cooking up a voodoo potion, and again on their ship it looks as though they could be stood around a cauldron. I actually think that the Voodoo Lady will now be based on Monkey Island, perhaps the giant monkey head being her lair, protected by her pirate minions as seen in this clip. can also see a table that potentially contains voodoo ingredients. And is that the diamond ring from The Curse of Monkey Island? I'm not sure why it'd be sat on top of a jug or a vase though. However, in the clip we see of the Voodoo Lady, it does look as though she's back in a shop on Melee Island with price tags being attached to various items in the room where she's cooking up a potion. Am I just letting my imagination run away with me with thinking that she could be the main antagonist and living on Monkey Island? Is she just going to be playing a usual role and providing Guybrush with help and advice whilst in her shop? Or will the shop just be a ruse at the start of the game? Let me know in the comments what you think the Voodoo Lady's role will be in Return to Monkey Island. And do please like the video if you enjoyed it and consider subscribing for more Return to Monkey Island and point and click adventure game content.